Hey friends, quick question. What do you call a bank that gives you a loan that you don't want, but also tells you not to use the money and demands that you return the loan a week later? No, it's not a prank, and it's not monopoly. It's not even one of those financial hacks you see on social media. It is China's banking system in 2025. The economy is freezing. Real businesses don't want to borrow. So banks invented a new national sport: phantom lending, fake loans that look real on paper but have zero economic impact. It's basically the financial equivalent of stuffing socks in your underwear to look bigger for the school photo. And Beijing is the kid shouting, "Look, I'm totally growing." Now, let's get into the scam disguised as a loan. And here's the madness: banks across China are calling companies saying, "Please borrow 5 million yuan. Don't spend it, just park it in our deposit and return it in a month, and we will pay you your interest." That is not lending, that is make-believe finance. And there's one auto parts manufacturer in Zhejiang which literally got this call. And retail borrowers got the same pitch. Take a consumer loan for 3 days, return it, and we will give you a bonus for borrowing. I don't know about you, but when a bank says, we will pay you to take our money, that is a red flag big enough to cover the entire Forbidden City. Whenever Beijing invents a new financial trick, it's never innovation. It is basic survival. And this reminds me of those, high school days. Our PE teacher required 30 minutes of daily exercise, and half the students never ran a single lap. They just signed the attendance sheet. And little did we realize that we just invented China's economic reporting methodology. No real exercise, no real improvement, but the paperwork says excellent effort. And the banks are doing the exact same thing as we did in high school. No real credit demand, no real borrowings and investment, just signatures that keep the numbers alive. Now, why are banks doing this? Simple. Banks are not lending because they want to. They're lending because Beijing is forcing them to. Regulators order them to do the lending. Your loan book must grow at least as fast as last year to make us look good. But the real economy is frozen. Companies are not borrowing. Consumers are not borrowing. Local governments are banned from borrowing. So how do you hit those lending targets? Well, like many other things in China, you fake it. You loan the money out to people who did not want to borrow. And the borrowers then deposit the loan right at the same bank. and then a month later, the loan is repaid, and then repeat the whole process. And despite this financial engineering, new RMB lending turned negative in July for the first time in 20 years. Outstanding loans grew only 6.4% year on year, the weakest in the history of the data. You cannot force demand into existence by threatening banks, but Beijing keeps trying. And whenever Beijing says the economy is recovering, I just pictured the same thing. A building on fire, smoke pouring out the windows, and someone outside from the CCP yelling, "Don't worry, we just repainted the lobby." Because underneath every shiny stats is a problem getting worse. Let's break down the four engines of China's economy and see how all four have stalled at the same time and therefore stopped borrowing. Engine number one, property. Not a dip, still in free fall. China's property market is not stabilizing. It is sinking like a brick in a swimming pool. Developers are not borrowing because they are still drowning in debt they cannot repay. Home buyers have vanished. Prices keep falling. Inventory is exploding. Trust in the property market is dead. Wan Ke, the honor student we talked about a few days ago, just posted another multi-billion yuan loss. And if the model student is collapsing, imagine the grades of the troublemakers. There's no credit cycle when your biggest sector is in a coma. And then engine number two, local governments, the hidden debt bomb. The LGFV, local government financing vehicles, used to be infinite limit credit cards. And then China panicked and said, these look suspicious, clean it up. And what's the result? The LGFVs are down 71% and debt slashed by 62%. So infrastructure spending is dead. Every LGFV closed is a subway line not built, a road not repaired, a hospital not funded. Local governments used to be China's biggest borrowers. Now they're silent. So another engine gone. And then engine number three, businesses. Businesses borrow when they're confident, but right now, they're just focused on basic survival. Consumer orders down, capacity down, margins squeezed, cash flow tight, retail sales weak. Why borrow to expand when the only thing expanding is your anxiety? And then engine number four, consumers, but with their confidence deleted. Consumers only borrow when they feel safe. But today, job insecurity, falling incomes, layoffs, collapsing home prices, negative wealth effect. So mortgage demand is dead. Auto loans are dead. Consumer loans are weak. So fourth engine gone. And we put it all together. The credit engine in China had stopped. Property, no borrowing. Local governments, no borrowing. Businesses, no borrowing. Consumers, no borrowing. Every engine of China's growth model is offline. So banks do the only thing left. They stimulate borrowing, give out these phantom fake loans, which are quickly returned, and then count them as loan length as credit growth anyway. It's like a gym where nobody lifts weights, but the owner keeps bragging. Our city is becoming more athletic. The numbers move, and nothing else does. It's all paper push. And phantom loans don't create growth, jobs, investment, or consumption. All they create is fake stats, hidden risks, and future crises. Because forcing credit into a shrinking economy only gives you two outcomes. We talked about fake loans, or it gives you dangerous loans. And both lead to bad loans exploding and hidden losses, and then taxpayer bailouts. China's replayed this movie many times before, and the ending was always brutal. One recent example of dangerous loans going bad is after the global financial crisis, China unleashed the biggest credit stimulus in human history. Local governments borrowed like drunken sailors. These local government financing vehicles mushroomed everywhere. And for a few years, the numbers looked amazing. And then, projects ran out of cash. Ghost cities popped up everywhere. And then Beijing had to write off mountains of hidden debt. So, the recent phantom landing really reveals one thing, that China's slowdown is not a dip or a soft patch or a temporary adjustment. It is a structural decline. You can force banks to fake statistics. You can even force companies to take money they don't want, right? That's how little freedom you have in China. But you cannot force an economy to grow with accounting fraud. And until China accepts these bad news and reforms the system, then the only thing rising is the size of the lie. And these lies don't create prosperity. They create financial explosions. Just delayed ones.